Up next on Today Beer Review, we're going to be looking at MoonLit. This is an Imperial Stout coming in at 9.1% ABV by New Trail Brewing Company. Check it out. Hi everybody, it's Rich and welcome to Today Beer Review, and today we are looking at MoonLit. This is an Imperial Stout coming in at 9.1% ABV. I gotta dry the can off because it has a ton of condensation on it. All right, and it says a complex assortment of layered dark malts, and it says milk chocolate and roasted coffee. IHB Bev, New Trail Brewing Company, 240 Arch Street, building number, I think that says 18, Williamsport, PA. Again, not exactly sure where this brewery is. If you've been following along the last 4 that I've done, or 3 that I've done, stopped at a distributor. They didn't really have a name other than cold beer, but they had a decent set for a mix 6, and so I picked a couple up. So this is the Imperial Stout that they had available, coming in at 9.1% ABV, so not super high, not super low. Let's give it a pour. Ooh, okay, so this pour is jet black with a really, really nice sort of caramel head to it. I have to tell you the truth, if I didn't know better, I would say I was pouring a stout from Equilibrium. Because, I mean, look at that head. That head is so dark. And then the beer itself poured in almost a syrupy manner. I mean, I don't know if this person still watches it, but there's somebody out there that loves when I say the word viscous. So, I mean, this poured like a thick, viscous syrup, and I'm really pleased with that. Now, let's see. Brewed in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. I don't know where that is. If this turns out to be good, it does say that you can check them out at newtrailbrewing.com and New Trail Brewing. Oh, I'm sorry. For Instagram, it's at New Trail Brewing. So, a good roasty profile to it. I'm getting all the coffee there. And you know, this is funny, but there is a thick layer of chocolate in here. I wouldn't think it was milk chocolate. I would think it was more of a semi-sweet. Because it doesn't smell super, super sweet. But oh, that roastiness there, and there's like, the sweetness is like the thick sort of like molassesy dark sugar sweetness. Almost like if you've ever had like a, what is it called? A rich syrup made of like Demerara sugar. That's what I'm getting here, sort of that burny, sugary, chocolatey smell. I love the nose on this beer. All right, I gotta see. God, I hope it tastes as good as it smells. Okay, so it's less complex than I thought. It's also, like I said, the pour reminded me of Equilibrium because it was thick and it looked viscous. And the mouthfeel is there. It is a thick beer. And it coats the mouth. But this is the thing, it's not sweet. So you get this nice sort of dark coffee flavor to it, that roastiness that's there, which I'm assuming is sort of like the roasted malts that are there. And it's almost like you're drinking 2 different types of coffee. Like I get a light, but I also get a dark. And I'm also getting sort of like a powdered cocoa flavor to it. I don't know if you've ever used unsweetened powdered cocoa in something. During COVID, I got into, like everybody else in the suburbs, got into baking a little bit, and I used a little bit of that powder. And it's not that it tastes like that powder, but inevitably it seems I always drop whatever I'm using to bake, and I got like a puff of it in my face. And that's sort of what I'm getting, like the hint of that chocolate. It's not unpleasant, and it really does a nice job, forgive the Lebowski reference, of tying this whole room together. It's really quite nice. It's very easy to drink. There's a nice back-end bitterness that is not cumulative. It seems to reset after each swallow. And that bitterness is really on the back of the tongue. It's also surprisingly dry. A lot of times I find myself going like, because it's sort of an interesting thing. This is very good. This would be a great dinner stout. Like, you could have this with a steak. It would not be out of place with sort of like a savory meal. And you know, a lot of the dessert stouts, like, look, how do I put this? Equilibrium makes these phenomenal stouts, and I love them, and I've hyped them for, you know, as long as the channel's been around. But they're a specific dessert stout. Pour them over ice cream. They're freaking amazing. But you're not going to eat them. You're not going to eat a meal and drink, like, you know, their deconstructed whatever brownie or pistachio thing. This, you could eat your steak, you could have your burger, and, you know, like, you get the roastiness and the coffee, and you get the chocolate, but it's not sweet. It's not going to go against the savory or break it up. It's going to be a nice complementary drink. Would I buy this again at $5.99 a can? Every single day, and twice on the 2 weekdays, weekend days, because this is exceptionally good. It drinks easy. The alcohol is not masked. It's there, and I'm getting a nice little warming in the stomach, but it's a warming, it's not a burn. So this is really a very, very good stout. Now, would I have thought that this was super high ABV? I would not. So, like, I think that this brewing company did a beautiful job of putting together a very, very good, serviceable, drinkable stout. And the fact that it's over 9%, I mean, like 9.1, okay, so the fact that it's 9%, let's not even go over. It's remarkable that it has such a high ABV and such a, like, mild alcohol profile. So this is very, very good. Would I get it again? Yes, absolutely. Would I share it with other people? Yeah, at a barbecue, at a picnic, in my bar, wherever. I think it's definitely worth checking out. And again, this is called MoonLit, and it is by New Trail Brewing Company, a brewing company I have not heard of again. I'm sorry, have not heard of before, but I am going to look into, because if they've made this, you know, like, I find the Imperial Stouts, people have a very hard time making them because I think they're very labor intensive. I'm making an assumption here as someone who is not a beer brewer, but it does seem to me that IPAs churn out much faster in most cases than do stouts, especially Imperial Stouts. So, like, when a brewery can hit an Imperial Stout and make it fantastic and approachable and good, I have to say, yes, I would buy this again and again and again. In fact, if you go back and you look at that left-hand Imperial Stout, I think this is almost as good as that one, which I thought was fantastic. I think that one was slightly more flavorful, but this is right in that area, and it's very, very good. Anyway, folks, if you get a chance, I would try it. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to drink the rest of this. I'm going to enjoy it, and I will see you all next time on End of the Day Beer Review. Cheers, folks. Ooh, that was sloppy as hell. I think I actually sort of spilled. I did. Cheers, folks. Sorry, that glass was a little slippery on the edge. Now, if you've been watching carefully, you'll notice that this is the 4th beer review I've done today. And I don't even think I'll put this in the back. But, you know, like, I normally stack them over here. So if you see this, because I'm going to bury this at the back of one of these videos, you'll know. Now, I'm actually doing 6 today, and they're all stacked over here, which is unfortunate because there's no way that I'm drinking all of this today. But some of them were good, some of them were okay. You know, what can you do? I do want to have content, and, you know, like, school is starting soon, so you got to do what you can while you can. So I'll drink what I can, and what I can't drink, I will not. And the next 2 after this review are really the heavy duty ones. So, you know, like, holy shit, it's going to be a long day. Luckily, the ones that I'm reviewing next are this. This is a 4-year reserve, what do you call it? What's it called? Mead. And I also have this one coming up soon, which is the 2019 brand Cafe au Lait Stout, which I gotta tell you, like, I don't think I have the nerve to do all of these reviews today. I just don't. I have to be functional tomorrow, and you know, maybe I'll space it out a little bit more. All right. Anyway, that episode 4 one is definitely getting done though, because I've been waiting to do that. I don't know when I'll publish it, but it'll be out there. All right. All that chatter. Okay. Believe that the bar ran out of fucking paper towels too. Alright. Alright, let's get it going then. God, that glass looks like shit because I cannot get it dry. Alright, looking like less shit. Alright, there we go. Now I got it. You know what the key is, folks? Don't ever give up. Alright. 3, 2, oh, I don't want that on camera. 3, 2, 1.